welcome to a brand new episode here on the Vintage Oaks. As you can see, we are still carrying on with our subsoiling and trying to get everything done before the rain comes. Just messed that up a little bit there, although in theory you shouldn't really turn too sharp with subsoilers in the ground, because otherwise you'll snap the legs clean off, and I've done it before, and if you get a leg of a subsoiler buried in the ground, they're very, very difficult to get out. Yes, we don't want to be doing that. So today, as I say, we're cracking on with the subsoiling and getting ready to start drilling our rapeseed. But we've also got the wheat to harvest, and it does talk of rain today as well, but I need to get this rape in now, because otherwise we're simply just going to run into too much work at once with everything else. So we need to get this rapeseed in now. We are pulling it nice and steady. Once we get this done, we've then got the mulching to do, but we can do that in front of the drill, so I'm not too worried about that not being done at the moment. We can do that with the drill in the field at the same time, because the mulcher is going to be at least twice the size of the seed drill. So yeah, as I say, we can do that while we're drilling, but I do want to just get these tram lines subsoiled out, get the ground lifted back up. It will help with drainage in this field, and then, as I say, we will get the mulcher in, and we will then drill the field, and we'll seed it direct, which with rapeseed, so on the farm, if we knew, we knew where rape was going, so what we would do is we would cut the stubble a lot longer. So, for example, and it was very rare it went in after wheat, but just for example, if we were, if it was going in and we were in a field where it was going to be planted, and that field was wheat or whatever, we would cut that particular crop much nearer to the head, so that the stalks of the stubble were a lot longer. And then what you do is you drill straight into that, and those stubble stalks, it's not perfect, but it does help to prevent quite a bit of bird damage, because the birds land on the stubble stalks and they can't then get down as low to the plant. So that there is less, I'm not going to say there's no bird damage there, but there is probably slightly less bird damage, but pigeons can sort of still manage it anyway. I mean, the other way to drill rapeseed as well is with a subsoiler. Is to have a seeding unit on the back of the subsoiler, or an SLD or something like that, and drill the rapeseed that way. But we used a conventional seed drill, so we didn't have nothing else that would be able to do it. As I say, we had a conventional seed drill. So today I was meant to be recording an FS25 episode, and I was going to do maybe a week of just FS25, and then go back to doing alternating between FS25 and FS22, because I've got series obviously on FS22 that I personally want to see through to the end. Whether you guys do or not, I don't know, but I want to see them through, and so therefore I want to carry on. But yesterday, and I think FS25 must be able to understand my thoughts and hear me when I talk out loud to myself, because I've been playing on my own save on FS25. So I've got the YouTube series, or I did have the YouTube series, you know, that I was sort of a playthrough that we was doing, and sort of learning the game together and everything. And then I had, as I was doing one by myself, you know, just for myself, just so as I could sort of, you know, try things out before doing it in a video, so that I know that it works and stuff. And I do that for pretty much every, you know, 1950s. I've got 2 of those running, and it's just to make sure that if I get a new mod or if I, you know, whatever, but it's to make sure it all works basically. So get last night playing on my own save sort of thing of FS25, and I kind of what I wanted to do was, because I've sort of just arable farming, nothing else, and I've just been skipping through time until you get to the times of the year where you need to do your drilling or your spraying or your fertilizing or your harvesting or whatever, and then just skipping through again. So I'm about 5 years in already on that save, and probably even more than that actually. And what I'd sort of kind of got to a situation of was I had, you know, sort of 3, 4, maybe 5 of those Challenger tractors, and I wanted to keep one Challenger tractor, but then switch over to one tractor that does all of my field work in terms of ploughing, cultivating, seeding, and that sort of stuff. So I thought, I know what I'll get. I'll get either the smaller Challenger crawler, or I'll get the Vent smaller Challenger crawler. And it's only yesterday when I wanted to do that, and I went into the big tractor thing, and I've realised that they have literally chopped all of the tractor selections in half. I was like, there's no small Vent crawler, there's no Challenger crawler at all now. Because they, out of FS22, they chopped the big one out. And I kind of sort of thought, well, hang on a minute. You know, in FS22, they ran the slogan, you know, farm like you've never, you know, like never before. Well, 2025, it's like charge me as much as you've ever done before, and you've cut half of the equipment in the shops, out. There's no half-track class tractor anymore. I literally went through, like, going through from memory, and like most of the tractors that were in there are gone. And I was like, well, hang on a minute, you've charged me more for a game, and yet you've taken out seed drills. You know, a lot of the seed drills that were in the game are gone. You know, yes, the potato planters are still there, and they've added a new one. You know, surely when you get a new game like when you're making a new game like Farming Sim, or you know, when you're the developers of a game like this, surely you think, right, this year we're going to put this, this, and this in new. But why does that then mean that you have to then take out half of the equipment that was already in the game? It was already part of Farming Sim. You know, I've bought Farming Sim this year. Yes, you know, I'm an avid player and all of that business, and I think in a year's time FS25 will be a good game when mods and stuff get added. But I bought the game on the basis of, oh well, this is what we've got in FS22, and this will just get added to in FS25. It's like a lot of the combines have gone. The smaller John Deere combine's gone. It's been replaced by a medium size S7 combine. Well, why not keep the smaller one in as well? I don't need an S7 combine. I just need a slightly bigger combine. I've now got the choice between the small class or a medium, you know, a medium S7. There's sort of, it mind boggles me that, as I say, you know, you have all of this machinery in the game, and you chop out most of it and just replace it with a few new ones. It's like, surely the new ones should add to what we've already got. You know, I mean, I know it's probably just me and my little rant and my little sort of personal opinion, and nobody else agrees with me, or there's probably a perfectly business explanation for it. But, you know, as a player, you know, I want the challenges in the shop. I want the choice of whether, you know, it's almost kind of like, you know, it's, oh well, Class and John Deere are, giving us the most money or whatever, so therefore we're going to have, most of their big things in. A lot of farming isn't done with the huge equipment. A lot of farming is done with the smaller to medium sized equipment. Just when you're making a new game, yes, add new machinery, that's fantastic, that's what we're paying into, but we should get what we got in the previous bloody series, because do you know what I mean? It's like, it's honestly, it's really wound me up. Anyway, today, as I say, I was meant to be recording an FS25 thingy, and I've loaded the game in to do the recording. It was going to be a chatty video, just because we haven't done one for a little while, and I thought, I'll do a little chatty video. I'll mention about the equipment and different things and other little bits and pieces about the game that I'm kind of not a huge fan of. And I loaded the game in. I went on to the bit where you go to your save games, and all of my save games have disappeared overnight. So I thought, not a problem, I'll go into the folder, and what I'll do is I'll just get a backup folder, and I'll put that in, and we'll be right back where we started from. Nope, the backup save game folder completely bloody empty as well. All of the mods that I'd put into the game, they're completely gone as well. And bearing in mind, they were all mod hub mods. There were no mods from anywhere else. They were all mod hub mods that I put in there. And it's like, no, all of them have gone as well. And it's like, well, what the hell happened overnight then? The fact that last night I was so the episode that I recorded yesterday will go out Sunday. And there's no spoiler alert, but I was doing a particular favourite job in that video, in that episode, and then we went off and did some other jobs as well, because it was going to take a little while, because it was on one of the biggest fields that the Riverbend Springs map has to offer, so it was going to take a little while. So I thought, no problem, I'll do it for a little bit, and then I'll go off and do stuff on the save, like some ploughing, some drilling and that sort of stuff, no problem. And I did all that, and as I say, made the episode. Well, the favourite job that I was doing, I ended the episode and I thought, I'll go back and I'll finish it now. So that's what I did last night. So when I turned it off at like 10:30 last night, everything was there, it worked fine. So I turned it off. I then goes on to YouTube, but does a little bit on YouTube and does a little bit of sorting out and sort of checking a few things, and I watched a couple of videos as well. And I suddenly remembered, I thought, for that bloody video that I recorded tonight, I didn't do the thumbnail, so I've loaded it back in, no problem. Loaded it back in, gone to the where I wanted to do the thumbnail, because I'd already planned it. I already knew what I was going to do for the thumbnail. It's just I forgot to do it while I was in the game. So I thought, not a problem. I'll go off and do it now. Loaded the game back in. Everything was working. Checked my log, because I need to do that to get rid of the hood. So I checked the log. The log was clean. Everything was fine. Everything was good. I'm like, okay, this is excellent. And as I say, took my thumbnail, went back out, closed the game down, went back out, made the thumbnail, did the video, sorted it all out. Gone this morning, nothing. There is not a single bloody proof or shred of evidence that I've ever played FS25. And another weird thing as well that happens is that my so sometimes in the game I do I see things and I think that would make a nice picture, or whatever, and my plan is, and I've only just started doing it, to be fair, and I'm too late for what my plan is, but for next year I can certainly do it. So my plan is to keep taking all these really nice pictures within game that are, in my opinion, are nice pictures, and then next year, in around sort of August, September time, make calendars, and the calendars will be in game. So like this tractor in game doing this job, you know, if I find somewhere to make a nice picture, and then go out locally and find exactly the same tractor and setup, and then take a picture of it, and then have like a half and half picture for that month. So like this would be sort of, you know, sort of August, September, October picture. August, September really, because once it gets a little bit too damp on top, you know, there's sometimes not always a lot of point in subsoiling. I mean, you know, you still can, and we still did, you know, but you know, the idea of subsoiling is original name is a pan buster, which means it goes underneath and busts the pan up underneath to allow the water to drain. You know, but that's sort of my idea. Well, I've gone in, so I thought, well, at least my gallery pictures will still be there. No, they're gone too. And I'm like, well, you know, what happened? Where has it all gone? Anyway, I think possibly for a little while, I might just persevere with, well, not persevere, I'll carry on with FS22. I really love this game. I loved it from day one. FS25 from day one, I've been a bit, it's alright. You know, there's some lovely features in it. There's some really lovely features in it. And overall, Giants have done a good job. And as I say, in a year's time, when we've got the mods, when we've got this, that, and everything else, you know, it's going to be a good game. Yeah, but at the minute, it hasn't grabbed me straight out of the box, and I've not had a farming simulator that hasn't done that. I think this year they tried to add so much to the game all in one go that they did a lot of things and finished none of them. Because the ploughing is awful. Fantastic concept of the furrow and on all of that, you know, that's what we're all been asking for and everything. The same with the deformable terrain, but it's like they wanted to add everything in but just didn't finish it. They sort of got it to a point where it was playable, and that was good enough. And when you're paying 50 quid for a farming game, or for any computer game, you know, you want, me personally, I want the selection of all the machines that I've had before, plus the new ones. I want the new features to be finished properly. As I say, the new ploughing one, it's great, and I really like it, but the plough gets stuck in the ground and it flips up. You know, I know this can all be patched out or whatever, but it's just a case of like, you know, I'm not being funny, but shouldn't all that be ironed out beforehand? You know, they didn't start working on the new game in, say, January of this year. You know, they started working on the new game, I would imagine, you know, 3 or 4, 6 months after FS22, and it was already in planning. Do you know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. Like I say, I'm not slagging Giants off, mainly because I love the game. You know, I love the game. I love farming, and I've said it 1,000 times before. You know, a few years ago when I was really having a rough time of it, and at the moment I'm having a bit of a rough time of it with one or two things going on in my personal life, and it's really lovely to sit here and to just play farm and just relax and chill, and I'll sort of lose myself in this pretend little world for a few hours, and it's nice, you know, and so I'm not you know, sort of berating them or slagging them off, but at the same time, you know, it's the same with a few years ago I bought FIFA. I paid like 80 some odd quid for FIFA. I bought it for my PC, and it came out in, I'm sure it was October. It was either October or beginning of November it came out. And the game was finally fixed and fully playable about 2 months before the new game came out. And then when that came out, I mean, I didn't buy it, but when that came out, everyone that sort of buys it year after year after year said, you know, we've now got to put up with a non-playable game again. It's disgusting that these people that make these computer games and then are so slow in getting them fixed. I understand there's going to be teething problems. I understand there's going to be this bits and that bits and everything else. I get that, you know, and that's understandable. You know, you get that with brand new machinery, so you know, I understand that. but at least have the game to a standard before you release it. Don't release the game thinking, ah, it's okay, they'll find all the bugs, and then over the next 6 months we'll, you know, thingy it. As I say, this is the first FS new game or FS game that's come out, and out of the box it hasn't grabbed me. Out of the box it hasn't made me want to play this religiously, you know, and that surprised me. You know, the fact that FS25 doesn't, you know, the game saves have gone and the game doesn't work all that great anyway, and I understand that some of that's my computer, I get that, I understand that as well. So yeah, again, you know, I am partly responsible for FS25 not looking as good as what FS22 does, because my computer, I'm currently playing this on Ultra at the moment, and I've just turned the mirrors off because I don't need the mirrors and they add nothing to the game, and they perform really, really badly. But you know, as I say, to have a new game and it hasn't grabbed me, it hasn't kind of, you know, when those files had gone this morning, I wasn't that disappointed. And if anything, I thought, oh, well, at least I get to play FS22 again and do some videos and recording on there. Anyway, my rant's over. As I say, probably pretty much everyone doesn't agree with me, which is fine, because we're all entitled to our opinions. I sort of don't mind, but I would have liked to have seen, you know, the vehicles and the machinery from last year with this year's machinery and vehicles added on. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more care and attention given to the ploughing and the furrows and the deformable terrain, giving us a bit better texture for ploughing, because it looks nothing like ploughing. Honestly, when you've ploughed it, it looks nothing like, you know. I've not ever seen a ploughed field look like that. You know, surely they could go out and just take some pictures of a ploughed field and make it a texture. I'm assuming that's how it's done. I don't know. I mean, I'm not a computer buff, as you know, but you know. But anyway, as I say, little rant over. What I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to some time lapse, and we'll get this this field and the field in front of us finished, and then we'll be back again. So I'll see you in a minute. Bye for now. Alright, that's got that one done. Well, those two done, I suppose. One done, one finished off. So we'll get back here now, and then what we'll do is we'll drop this off. I've got a feeling we're going to need this again, so we won't put it away, but we will just move it out of the way. The good thing about that little subsoiler is that although it's 5-legged, I think it can go on the back of the class or the wheel tractor. I was going to say, don't bury it into concrete. That look a bit odd. Right, what we'll do is we'll get the drill on, and then we will get, how much seed have we got? Literally nothing left. Okay. Now, as far as I know, we do have some seed somewhere. Ah, forklift's gone. Where's the fork? Oh, I know where the forklift is. Yeah, that's fine. Right. So what we're going to have to do is we are going to buy a new tractor. That's the first thing. And we are going to buy this tractor, I think. Or should we have a snake one? Let's go for traditional. I like traditional. Hate the number. I don't know why. I don't know what it is I've got against number plates in FS22, but I just always take them off. I don't know. It winds me up, and I have no idea why. So I just take them off. Anyway, we want that. And then, if I remember correctly, if we... Oh, mulchers, there we go. I'm sure, yeah, we do have one. Well, of course we have one, James. It was listed in the bloody... Honestly, sometimes. Right. What we'll do is, we will run over to the store, and we will then get into the new Challenger. Once we're in the new Challenger, we'll get that to the fields, and then we'll start with... oh, look, there's a nice field of potatoes out here. Oh, look, it's my nice field of potatoes. Yeah, we bought some new fields. So I bought I think, I can't remember if it was 1 or 2 fields there, this one, and then that one. Because these were right in front of the farm and they were really nice. But as I say, they have got poor potatoes in there. I mean, I could lime it and fertilise it and stuff, but yeah. I'll just take what's in it, you know, and I'll probably even just sell them directly, because potatoes is something at the moment that I'm not going to be doing just because I don't really have the equipment and I don't at the moment have the storage for them, but it will be something that we will eventually do. Just incidentally, what's this crop up here? Because this looks like it may be already harvestable. Let's just have a quick run down here, and then what I'll do is I'll cut you out, and then or is this all of the potato field? And it's just a funny... No, this is a separate... I thought it was a separate field. Wheat, is that oats, isn't it? That's oats. Again, we're not going to get very much off there. What we're going to get, 4.4 tons to the hectare. It's not too bad. 2.5 ton to the acre. That's not too bad. Anyway, what I'll do is I'll jump out, and then we'll jump back in when we're setting the Challenger off with the mulcher. So I'll see you in a minute. Hi, here we are. So we'll do this one first. There's no reason not to. Not really, as far as I can tell. Yeah, so we'll just do this one first, and then we will go and get the... Do you know what? I've had like a couple of days playing FS25, and I come in here, and there's been a few things I've done today already off camera, and I've kind of like, how do you do that again? I can't remember. Right, let's do it like this. This is how you do it. So field work, yes, but we do go to course play, don't we? Yes, there we go. Right, and then we scroll out because I can't see my field. There it is. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, we didn't need to scroll out. And then working width, we'll go to 12 meters just to make sure. Number of headlands, you can do 2 around the outside of the field. That would be 24, won't it? Half of 36 is 18. 18 plus 9 is 27, so actually you need to do 3 lines, 3 beats around the outside, otherwise I won't be able to draw my headland. You can start on the headland, that's fine, yeah, and then direction, yeah, headland over that, yeah. I think all of that's good. I think it's all good. It doesn't really bother me which way it decides to do the field. And then we click that onto, yeah, there we go. It's like doing it for the first time again. Anyway, right, what we'll do is we will get back to the farm. I hate doing this, so I do apologise. There we go. We'll get back to the farm. Oh, actually, one thing I did want to check. What's that? A weeder? Yeah. No, I don't want a weeder. We don't use weeders here. We'll get back to the farm, and then I will make my way over to the shop, refill the seeder, because I don't think the seeder's going to take too much in the way of seed. I clearly haven't got no seed left for whatever reason, so I must have measured that pretty correctly with the soybeans, because as I say, we've got none left. Well, we got 551 litres left. I might even actually, now then, just let me check something, because this will influence my decision. I know if I'd have bought, is it that one I've got? No, is it not? Is it on hire? It's not. Let's just go back out here, because I'm... Oh, that's not mine. I mean, that's mine. I want this one. What I was thinking was we could, if it's fitted, if we got the... Yeah, this is the one we've got. No, you see, we can't get now. That's a shame, that. Because had I have bought the Ven, I would have been able to have added that, and we would have been able to have applied our... fertilizer as well. It doesn't matter too much. We've got a perfectly good sprayer that can apply fertilizer and stuff. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'll skip you on down to the shop. I'll get this refilled, and then you'll join me back at the field where we'll do some time lapsing of the first couple of fields that we drill, and then we'll see where we're getting towards when we get back. So I'll see you all in a moment. Bye for now.
So goodbye for us. You have to say it, baby. And us in Texas, you wanna try, baby. I know you can, I know your heart, and you will figure out you love me now, 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 you know I gotta leave. You love me now, 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 you know I gotta leave. Figure out you love me now, 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 you know I gotta leave. You love me now, 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 you know I gotta leave. You baby, you baby,
So there we have it. We're very nearly finished, which is good. That's the first field done. We've just got 4 more to do. So at the moment I'm currently trying to do blocks of 4 of each crop for the amount of fields that I've got, and all that happens is when I get another block of 4 I then increase the crop number. So at the moment we're doing rape, wheat, oats and soybeans, although it was meant to be not all soybeans. It was actually meant to be other crops too, other spring crops too, but I forgot. I was fast forwarding through the winter, and just simply because there's not much to do in the winter time, and I was fast forwarding through the winter, and yeah, by the time I'd realised what was happening, I had gone into, I'm sure it was May. I'd gone into May, and that just meant that I couldn't do anything other than soybeans. So soybeans it was. But yeah, as I say, we've got this field done. So off camera, I'll probably do the rest, and then we need to get back into the wheat again. So we need to do that, and once we get that done, we will then have a bit of a gap until the soybean harvest. But I don't mind that so much. I don't mind there being a bit of a gap. That will actually help me, to be fair, because then we can get baled up, we can get them clear, and once we get them baled up, once we get them cleared, then we can get on with some primary cultivations, and then a week or two later we can then get on with some secondary cultivations, and make sure that we're sort of giving the weeds and the black grass a knock in. But yeah, for this episode I think that's going to be it. So thanks ever so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. I do apologise for my rant at the beginning, but it really did annoy me this morning, because like I say, we've done a few videos on 25 now, and it's the fact that it has lost every file to do with save games and everything like that, means that as I say, I was quite angry, and last night I was annoyed that some quite a bit of the, not just tractors but machinery as well, the list of seed drills has gone down considerably. I just don't understand why that can't be in. But anyway, like I say, I've had my rant and I'm not going to go on about it. So as I say, I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you have, hit the like button. It really does help. Subscribe as well if you haven't already. It's free to do, and as I've said it in the previous video, down below in the description is a link to my Buy Me a Coffee page, where I'm trying to save for a new PC and other new equipment to go with the PC as well when I get it. So if you feel like you want to, or that you can give a little bit, then absolutely fantastic. If not, please don't worry. It's not a problem. It's there. The option is there if you want to, but if you don't, not a problem. That's no worries at all. But just thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Bye for now.